first exercise for golfer's elbow is eccentric wrist flexion. So I recommend we start with a lighter weight, maybe start at 3 pounds and work your way up. And I like to wrap with a towel. It gives me a wider grip, which, as we know, grip is a big factor when it comes to elbow dysfunction, whether it's tennis elbow or golfer's elbow. So what it looks like, you start with your wrist flexed as much as you can. Now for me, my mobility in my wrist isn't the best, so I actually tuck my thumb here, so it's all my fingers are side by side. That allows me to keep my wrist and elbow in supination. So I start at the top, and then I slowly let the weight down. And I'm trying to go as slow as possible. So don't think of it as how many reps can you do, it's how much time has elapsed with the exercise. Once I get to the bottom, I try to roll it to the fingers, and then I'll help it all the way back up, and I go all the way back down. So, I try to shoot for maybe reps of 15. It depends on how heavy the weight is. So obviously the heavier the weight, as soon as you really start to get fatigued, we just don't want a ton of pain with this. So this is eccentric wrist flexion for golfer's elbow. All right, the second exercise for golfer's elbow is similar to the first, but we're gonna add the elbow flexion component. So it's an eccentric exercise, and we're gonna start in elbow flexion and wrist flexion here. And then what we're doing is we're slowly lowering the weight down from our elbow. So it's a reverse bicep curl or eccentric elbow flexion. And then at that bottom, then I'll start to really slowly lower the weight. And then from there, I kind of assist myself back up, start through here. You're definitely gonna feel this one a lot more. It's a little bit of a kind of a step up from the first one. But again, it's all about going slow. So I'm contracting my flexors right now because my wrist is in flexion, and then I slowly lower down. So again, start with some lighter weight, get a baseline. We shoot for about 15 reps, 10 to 15, depending on how easy it is for you. And then all the way down, and then with the wrist all the way flex. So this is eccentric elbow and wrist flexion for golfer's elbow. The third exercise for golfer's elbow is eccentric wrist and elbow pronation. So supination is palm up, pronation is palm down. So whenever we're doing eccentric, we're just reversing the direction. So we're going to go into supination slowly, which is going to work our pronators. So what you're going to need is a top heavy weight. A hammer is an easy thing to start with. Here I have a dumbbell with only weights on one side, and then I wrap it in a towel to get more of a wider grip. So what you're going to do is you're going to start from the position here, the top side or heavy side up, and all you're going to do is you're going to slowly lower into supination here. And we're going to bring it all the way back up to the top. Same thing. And sometimes I'll vary, right now I got my elbow bent. I can keep it straight, kind of work the same thing. So you can progress this obviously by adding more weight. That's going to make it a little more challenging, or you can get like a longer lever. So this is where we are talking about golfer's elbow. So you can literally hold like a 7-iron. It's a lot longer than this, and that's going to challenge you in the same kind of fashion. The idea here, as with all eccentric exercises, I want you to go as slow as possible. So it's not how many reps can you do, it's how many reps can you do well. And that's eccentric wrist and elbow pronation for golfer's elbow. So the last exercise for golfer's elbow is called the reverse Tyler twist. So we did the regular Tyler twist with tennis elbow. This is simply going to reverse all the different movements. So what I have here is a flex bar. So you can pick these up at Dick's Sporting Goods or really any other type of place that sells exercise equipment. So you're going to hold with the involved elbow side at the bottom. To start that side, that wrist, you're going to go into flexion like this. So you're holding it in flexion as much as you can. With the other hand, you're going to come around to the top, okay? Now at the top, I'm going to pull my hand towards me like this. I'm getting as much tension on this bar as I can. From there, I straighten, and then I'm already feeling it in my elbow. Then I'm gonna slowly let this left wrist here return to neutral position. Again, like everything, we wanna go slow. So here, left wrist flexion, come around to the top, take the right hand, twist it towards me like this, flip, and then slowly go into neutral position here. Here, here, pull, straighten. So that's the reverse Tyler twist for golfer's elbow.